Hi everyone, my name is Zoe, and today I will be talking to you about my lesson plan on Survive the Seascape, exploring blue crab ecosystems and human impacts. In the lesson, students will learn about blue crabs and how they interact with the environment at different spatial scales. And so they will be playing a game where they will look at the indirect and direct influences on the blue crab population, as well as the trade-offs between food and shelter, and how human activities impact the blue crabs. In the end, they'll be able to understand why multiple connected habitats are important for blue crabs. Throughout the lesson, I try to connect the idea that blue crab ecosystems are kind of like their neighborhoods. So crabs will choose their habitats like people are choosing their homes, and some habitats offer more safety or food, and then human actions can affect these habitats by destroying them or protecting them. We'll go over different blue crab habitat selection and why different habitats might be better for certain life stages than others. The goal is also to think of things at different spatial scales, starting on the smaller end with habitat and then building your way to ecosystem and then seascape level thinking. For the gameplay, the goal of the game is to collect energy and go through the different life stages, starting in your youngest life stage and then spending that energy to either grow or, once you're an adult, to reproduce. Along the way, you'll also gain different helpful abilities depending on how big you are. And so the goal, in order to win, is to be the first to become an adult, make it to the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay, and reproduce without dying. Death can come from a variety of sources. In the event cards as either disease or predation, or you can run out of energy, which is essentially starvation, and students will mark this on their worksheets as they play. And if they die, they don't have to sit out for the rest of the game. They can just reset everything and become a new crab within the population. There are two different types of event cards, one being orange cards, which modify the habitat. So in this case, it's a marine heat wave that you place onto seagrass habitats, and then it removes shelter from that habitat. The other type of event cards are purple cards, where you roll a die, and depending on the outcome, you either die or you survive. And this is going to depend on whatever stage you are, and then you can also use your abilities to help you survive through these events. In the game, there's also competition and mating that is represented through the encounter rules. Here, players, if they're on the same habitat on the game board, will have to either split the energy if it's possible, or drive one of them out of the habitat since there is not enough resources, or if they are in a certain life stage, they may have the option to cannibalize or find a mate instead. For the full video on gameplay and setup, you can go to the QR code here. After the game, the worksheet will prompt students to think about survival and the different direct and indirect impacts on blue crabs, including human roles. You can also round out the lesson with a discussion about the survival encounters and why it's important to have many different habitats for crabs to survive within the seascape.